Hey, meanwhile, you heard the news in the headlines with Tim McCone a short time ago. Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick have now made it to the finalist round for the 2026 Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Nice.
This marks the first time that Robert Kraft is a finalist for the nod to get in. How about that?
They should go in together. They should go in together.
I'm sure that'll be a warm reception, those two together.
I won that one.
I'm rooting for that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because it would just be a nice, sort of interesting story. We're going to love that story to talk about that if they both get in.
Give us something to talk about.
I mean, right. I mean, what a great storyline that will be. And just because it comes at a time when Bill just has to eat crow.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I would think that Kraft would acknowledge Belichick in his speech, but Belichick would not acknowledge Kraft in his.
Oh, totally. Yes.
That's
without a
what would
doubt. Without a doubt.
Would both of them getting in at the same time take away from one or the other? Or both?
Yeah, I think it would,
it
actually.
would. Yeah.
I think it would detract from the honor for both. Probably more so for Robert than for Bill. A little bit. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it would be more about the Bill Kraft thing as opposed to the 3 decades of contributions to the NFL that Robert has been involved in.
Like, can you remember an owner's speech at the Hall of Fame?
I can remember one owner getting in, and it was Jerry. Like, that's the one I remember.
Yeah.
That's the owner's. I mean, just because he's Jerry and he's sort of a high-profile guy, that's what I remember.
This year should put Kraft over the top, though. I'm sorry. If you're looking at this.
Absolutely.
You fired Gerard Mayo after 1 year.
He's never looked.
When-
He's never looked better.
He also
nailed it.
hired Gerard Mayo.
Yes,
Right.
but to admit that you made a mistake and fix it after a year and not just double down and say, you know what, I'm going to give my guy an extra time. Go get the right coach.
Like
you bring in the
UNC is
offensive coordinator. Yeah, seriously.
What's that? What did he say?
I said like UNC is doing right now. Giving Belichick an extra year. No, I think for Kraft to make that decision and say, no, we're one and done here and fix it is a huge feather in his cap. Absolutely.
And say this was wrong. And the other part is I think we all agreed this was a personal friend. This was someone that there was this deep personal relationship with, and he was willing to say, I've got to tell him this is not working and he's not ready and he's gone. I mean, most owners wouldn't have done that. Most owners don't fire a guy after a year period because they just don't want to pay the guy.
No.
And they say, we're not going to do that. And I'm not going to look stupid by having to fire a guy after a year, because the great fear is you look bad for firing a guy after a year, and you do. I mean, that just comes with the territory. But he did it and then hired Vrabel. And it has been night and day from a year ago.
And now it looks
night
like
and day.
His franchise is set up for the next 10 years, right? Like, I mean, that's an impressive feat for an owner to go on the run that you had with Belichick and Brady and then have a few years later, have your organization set up like this.
I don't put so much stock in that, though, because he was kind of lazy in the coaching search, replacing Belichick. He crowned the next guy.
I mean, there wasn't.
So
a
he
search.
gets all that credit
It wasn't late. There was no search, period.
So he gets all that credit for letting go of him, but none of the discredit for the lazy coaching search.
I don't think it was a lazy coaching search. I think he thought he had his guy. Yeah. It's got a pretty good track record, by the way, of the coaches that he's hired so far, not for nothing.
Yeah. Carroll,
It's the one that got
Belichick,
wrong.
Mayo, Vrabel. He's batting 750 right now. That's what he's doing.
Step one in there.
And the one bad one he got rid of after a season.
Yeah, true.
I'm telling you, there's just not many teams that fire the guy after a year and admit, we totally royally screwed this up. And did that after, I think the things that were counting against him, if you're talking strictly football stuff, right, and not personality stuff, which I think has come into this and has clouded this with this, secretive process they use for this Hall of Fame thing. And it's not exactly out in the open the way they go about doing it. But if we're just talking on football stuff, the last couple of years is he was in these sort of rounds of voting. I wouldn't have been surprised if the guys who were just voting on football were saying, well, he stuck with Bill instead of Brady. Look at how that worked out. And it wasn't going well 2 years ago with Bill.
Yep.
And Bill, as we now know, I think the more you learn, has really fallen off. And then he went to Mayo, and that guy's a disaster. Does he know what he's doing? Well, then now all of a sudden, these last 12 months is like, well, he's regained control and has really got that thing heading in the right direction.
Figured it out.
So you're right. It should factor in. Because now, you don't remember, and none of us do, all the nitty-gritty details at all times. And you start to think to yourself, all right, big picture. Yeah, they had a few rough years in there, but damn, they're back now.
Yeah.
Pats are back. Put it on the screen. That's what they're saying in that room now. Pats are back. He's a finalist for the first time. I got a question for you. You can only put one guy in. Which one you picking? Ooh. We'll get to that right after headlines. Don't go anywhere. All right, you can only put one in. Bill Belichick, Robert Kraft. Which guy do you put into the Hall of Fame? Only one gets in.
Robert Kraft.
No.
What?
T-Bone says no. He goes Bill.
I think it's obviously Bill.
I disagree. I'm with Zol on this.
I'm with Zoe as well.
Yeah.
Robert Kraft's done more for the league.
I'm going to ask you this question. It's very simple, very straightforward. It's the damn thing we've been talking about for 6 years now. 5 years, almost 6 years. We always talk about post Brady. Who got it together post Brady? Who did something without Brady? Bill hasn't done anything without Brady.
That's not the threshold to get into the Hall of Fame.
I know it is, but I'm just telling you that if we're talking about football stuff, Robert's not going down and coaching the team. So you can only grade him out as an owner. And you can only grade out Bill as a coach.
Who's the greatest coach of all time?
He's in the conversation.
Him and Lombardi.
He's certainly in the conversation. But don't you think his coach?
Now name 5.
Don't you think his coaching record is damaged by Brady leaving and going to Tampa and doing it all over again?
Yes, definitely.
Brady's like, I can go win a Super Bowl with Bruce effing Arians.
It's not the whole story.
Isn't he the guy as the greatest coach of all time who also pushed out the greatest quarterback of all time? Does that not weigh on his record?
Yeah.
Definitely part of the evaluation.
Isn't that part of the evaluation when you're talking about it? Would Vince Lombardi have told Tom Brady to go pound it? Like, what are we talking about?
Probably.
That has to weigh in on this. It does. And then, by the way, it's not completely free of Robert's record because he's the owner and empowered Bill.
Yeah, but he was
to
the
make
coach.
allowed that
coach.
to happen.
Bill the coach, not Bill the GM.
Well, Bill as coach had personnel powers. So
semantics.
You can't separate those two. You're not separating those two. You're just not.
No, I know.
All the best coaches have always had power over their rosters. They do. In fact, this coach right now with this team should be granted all the power. I'd give Mike Vrabel all the power if he doesn't have it already, and you know my thoughts on that. I think he's got the power already. I think he's the man in charge. And then, yes, okay, you want to call him a GM too? Fine.
Everything you're saying is true, but you know that my view of the Hall of Fame is it's the story of the league.
I'm not telling you Bill doesn't deserve to get in. That's not what we're saying. Of course he deserves to get in.
Should be the first coach.
They both deserve to be in. I hope that they both do get in. They both deserve it.
It's BS that Robert's not in already.
I don't think owners should be in the Hall of Fame. I think it's a coach and player.
Well, now you're taking it down a different road and a different argument, and you shouldn't use that against Robert because those are not the rules.
I do use it against
those
it
are not the rules,
and that's how I.
So you just have to think she doesn't deserve it because you don't personally believe they should get in.
That's
well, they do get in.
Yeah,
they do get voted on. They're in a category that does get voted on. Yes, and as a contributor, you're going to be hard pressed to find someone who's contributed more in recent decades.
Bill Belichick.
Nope.
I'm with you on this. It's Robert. You say name more owners. Well, Al Davis.
Yeah, because you had
Pat
5 minutes
Bowlen.
to think about it.
Pat Bowlen. I'd go Art Rooney, the Rooney family. Jerry Jones.
It's just like I'm not dying to let those guys into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but they're eligible for the Hall of Fame. So if you look at their resumes, to me, as an owner,
DeMar Tish's. And I kind of stopped there. Everybody else is kind of in the next mix.
I also feel like owners, if they're getting in, should not be getting in strictly because their teams were good. It's certainly part of the conversation.
Should be you did something for the league.
But I
too.
actually feel like the work for the league is far more important than the fact that the Patriots won 6 Super Bowls. Are you a good owner? Yes. Do you make good decisions that have made your team successful? Yes. Like that's what every owner is supposed to be doing, isn't it?
yes, but
That's what every owner is supposed to do.
Also, he's still currently owning, so
Right. He turned the
Right.
franchise around.
Right.
I also think that I agree with you, by the way.
Can we start putting in the owners, before they are, not with us anymore? Can we start focusing on getting them in a reasonable amount of time? Because the Hall of Fame has like a filthy history of, putting guys in long after they're not with us, and it's weird.
Here to accept the award is the grandson of.
It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. What are we waiting around for?
His resume, though, as an owner in terms of football decisions isn't small, though. He traded for Bill Belichick.
I know.
That's a big swing. Fired Gerard Mayo after a year.
What's so great about Bill Belichick? You don't even want him in the Hall of Fame.
I guess I do want him in the Hall of Fame. What are you talking about?
Twisting his words on purpose to be an a-hole. Yes,
Don't do that.
that's what you do.
He gave up 2 number
That's what
ones
you
for
do.
me.
You're
It's
twisting
pretty
his words.
Well, no, if you don't want him in the Hall of Fame.
No, he does
I
want
do want him in the Hall of
He
Fame.
does want him in the
I
Hall
didn't
of Fame.
finish.
Wants them both in the Hall of Fame.
If you don't want him in the Hall of Fame over Robert Kraft, then it doesn't matter that he did that. He's just another guy.
And let me be
It's a
honest
bad
with
trade.
you.
took it to two
Bad
look at the
trade
two
for a non-Hall of
resumes.
Famer.
Let me be honest with you. I will fully admit my biases on this, that Bill left us with a bad taste in our mouths for the way that it ended here, for the way that he kicked Brady out of town, didn't want the guy here anymore, and then the team went in the effing tank. And that's all because of him wanting it the way that he wanted it. And his previous success is what earned him that right, I guess. Well, he sucked at the end. I'm sorry that I've still got that on the mind. It's still fresh.
And the owner's
And then he's been a
succession
complete
plan-
disaster with what he's doing now. So I'm sorry that that's weighing on me at the moment, while the Patriots are 11-2 and getting back to their winning ways.
And the owner's succession plan was next man up.
And what was the succession plan for Tom Brady when Bill Belichick pushed him out the door? Because I think that Robert Kraft did a lot better in terms of replacing Bill Belichick than Bill Belichick did replacing Tom Brady.
Kraft did a great job convincing him to stay.
What?
I get what he's saying. He's saying you're talking about Brady? He let
Yes.
Brady leave and walk out the door. Correct. He gave Brady what he wanted. Let him loose. Said, go ahead. He
All
made
right,
a
so
choice.
at that
He
time-
chose Bill. He didn't choose Brady.
And
That
why? And why was
not
that?
good?
Okay, why was that
that's
relationship
on his record?
Okay, why was that relationship so toxic and bad?
Which one?
The
Explain.
Belichick Brady relationship. So we're gonna dock Robert Kraft because he couldn't fix the relationship that Bill Belichick ruined in the first.
No.
place?
We're just saying that he let him walk out the door and granted him the basically
They're
the
all
contract that
individual
let
resumes,
him
yeah.
be free. Other teams haven't done that. The Packers didn't do that with Aaron Rodgers. They said, all right, you don't want to be here. That's fine, but we're going to get a return on you, pal.
Right, but my
he set him up to say you can walk away.
Yes, and so if you're going to hold that against Robert Kraft, I would also say that you have to hold Bill Belichick accountable for the fact that the relationship with the greatest quarterback of all time was in the spot that it was.
Oh, of
where
course.
that even had to be on the table.
That's a way bigger thing, right?
Yes.
After 25 years.
Why would it be bad after 25 years of great? You went to the Super Bowl every other year.
So bad.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
thing
what a
sucked.
nightmare.
Yeah, that was terrible. 12 months removed from winning a Super Bowl.
Because he separates it.
So let's see. He left in March of 20.
Yep.
So he was 13 months removed from his last Super Bowl title. That sucked. That really was bad.
Yeah. Well,
25. No,
disgusting.
not 25 years. No, a year and a month removed
I don't
from
know. Why
another
do-
ring and another
Why
trophy.
do people get divorced after 30 years? I don't know.
Because they don't win Super Bowls. They don't win 7 Super Bowls.
Not love.
They're not franchise quarterbacks. Yeah.
I think we're mixing analogies here.
I think we are. And what we just did was find a way to have a passionate argument about two guys that we believe should both be in the Hall of
Yep.
Fame. Isn't that fun?
Yes.
Isn't that fun?
Yes. Just rub boys.
Yes.
I'll put Robert in first.
I just got to give you this quote.
What's that?
A veteran Hall of Fame voter with no balls. Oh, I added that. I'm sorry. I added the no balls part.
Volan.
Told ESPN on Tuesday night. This is what this voter said on Tuesday night. And if they are voting on this is actually a good sign for all involved. The voter said, quote, "You could have a delicious moment where Kraft and Belichick get busts together. I'd pay a lot of money to watch that. Of course, only one of the two men could get in, and I'd pay a hell of a lot of money to see that." So I guess this guy is saying he wants them both in, which is good. Getting in together would be good. But even one of them, he's interested in seeing that, to see what the speech is. Why are these Hall of Fame voters such cowards? Why are they like this? Why are they so secretive about it?
That's what they do. It's like the BBWA. I'm telling you.
And they're all a bunch of gossip queens. Let me tell you this, because Super Bowl week, There was crap flying last year about which guys were against Kraft, which guys were speaking in favor of him. All of that was
the
circulating.
alliances, yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep. And they all like to be like, hey, can I tell you something? You can't repeat it. I want to tell you what's going on, what I'm hearing in there. Like, are you kidding me with this, guys? Just do the right thing, would you? They both deserve to be in. Right now. Both of them.
Are they doing like a Siamese twin bust?
I don't know, man.
Or like a face-off thing?
You'd like
combo
that.
party.
You'd like that as a big Belichick fan. You'd love that.
Well, he
You'd
should
love
get
that.
like more of the face, yeah.
Combo party.
Maybe like a vestigial twin, just like a little one on his shoulder.
If there,
Vestigial.
if there was a way to
Vestigial.
choose a hat, you think Bill would choose his Cleveland hat? Oh man, going into the Hall of Fame.
Jets.
the
Like
UNC
baseball?
sweatshirt.
Yeah. What's he going in with? I'm going in as a brown. All right, Bill. You do that.